While most journeys merely take you from point A to point B, one special form of train travel involves a detour back through time with special resonance from me. My grandfather, Charles Osgood Wood Sr., was a Pullman car conductor. With Dean Reynolds now, all aboard.
As Amtrak's City of New Orleans line rolls south across Lake Pontchartrain on its way to the Big Easy, there are a few cars at the tail end that appear different, because they are. Those brown and orange passenger cars are honest-to-goodness Pullmans, the famous sleepers that generations past rode on trips across the country.
There's 4 cars here tonight. This is the club car. There's 2 sleepers, and then there's the Dome Lounge.
If you thought Pullmans were just relics from the past, Ed Ellis would beg to differ. He's the president of the Pullman Sleeping Car Company, and he wants you to know it is very much alive.
Was it difficult to recreate it by the book?
Everything that you see in the car has some historical precedent. All of the elements are from that era. You can't go back to 1955, but if you could, this has got to be about as close as it was.
George Pullman was the 19th century railroad titan who founded a company that at its peak in the 1920s and 30s provided beds for 100,000 travelers every night. For a century after the first cars rolled out in 1859, Pullman defined first-class rail travel.
And the sons of Pullman porters and the sons of engineers.
While planes eventually overwhelmed trains, the locomotive's whistle is still a siren song to some. And now, hoping to capitalize on nostalgia, Pullman Rail Journeys carries passengers from Chicago to New Orleans on newly renovated sleepers.
How old are these cars?
They're as old as us, maybe older.
Wow, that's old.
It is.
And they look brand new.
We've done everything we can to restore them to a like-new condition.
These are cars that had been relegated to obscure museums or rusting rail sidings like the one we visited in Whiteland, Indiana. It's where we met David Duncan, Pullman's second-in-command and the man in charge of the transformation.
Now, David, has anybody ever suggested to you that your interest in trains is a little odd?
Oh, I get that all the time, of course.
Duncan will soon be shepherding the restoration of this old Pullman called the Golden Mission, from trash heap to treasure.
This is the original floor plan.
For where we are.
For this car, yes. I have a very definite idea about how everything should be put back together, and it's not my idea. It's how do we put back what Pullman did.
Now you're old enough and silly enough to actually try it.
Foolish enough, I guess. Bold enough.
It's all done by the Pullman book.
You've managed to recreate the sort of like the time machine.
That's exactly what it is. It's a time machine, and we see it as a time machine.
Back with Pullman chief Ed Ellis, we talked about the benefits of train travel as the redone Adirondack Club car wove its way south past Kankakee, Illinois.
People get on this train, and the first thing they figure out is that they can relax. They can just sit down and have a drink and have dinner and enjoy themselves.
Some of these sleepers have double beds and even showers. Air conditioning and Wi-Fi have been added to the original blueprint. Economist Bruce Horowitz was on our trip.
Can you sort of squint a little bit and see yourself here in the 1940s?
Yeah, the fantasy, the imagination. Close your eyes. Dinner time, having a nice glass of wine and a fine meal served on linens by very attentive server people. I would certainly say you could create that fantasy.
Limited service to New York will be offered this fall, with regular weekly departures set for next year. On our trip to New Orleans, Ellis told us he's confident there's a modern-day market for this ride on the rails of history.
We have people that have ridden this train 8 times.
Really?
Yes.
Do they need help?
We're giving it to them. We're giving them train therapy.
Train therapy. The poet Edna St. Vincent Millay wrote about that this way. My heart is warm with friends I make, and better friends I'll not be knowing. Yet there isn't a train I wouldn't take, no matter where it's going.